Well, welcome, and today we're going to be talking about riddling and why we at Illinois Sparkling Company riddle the way we do. And riddling isn't just a quirky statement that you might think or a saying I might have, but instead riddling is actually, we try to get this, the yeast that is inside the bottle to be able to be removed from the bottle, so then when you have a finished sparkling wine, it's all nice and clear. And the reason we do the riddling the way we do is kind of like where a person might decide whether they're going to be baking bread using a machine of baking bread to knead their dough, or do they actually knead it by hand. And I'm sure there's many different ways of kneading bread. Well, in riddling wine, there's many different ways to be able to have it done. There's actually mega machines that a lot of the very large wineries do, and it's it can be used, and it's very quickly done. At Illinois Sparkling Wine, we actually feel that to us we like the appreciation of actually knowing that we are really moving this yeast down here, and we do it by hand. And so part of the initial steps that we do in getting this yeast out is actually we have to mark the bottles on the end of the bottle. So if you ever look at one of the Illinois Sparkling Company bottles, you'll see there's a white mark somewhere on the bottom. And that was put on right at the riddle when we go and put them into these riddling racks. And what the riddling rack does is we actually start the bottle at a more of a horizontal state, and then over time we'll pivot it up. But when we started at a horizontal state, is we basically are moving the bottle left and right to basically try to get the light yeast down to the end of the tips of the bottle, the lighter stuff down first, and then as we're going up, is the heavier stuff will go down and sit on top of the light stuff. So then as we move bottles to the disgorging line, the yeast actually doesn't come back up into the wine, and so our sparkling wine always stays nice and clear. But when we're going through it, and I'll go through a quick cycle, and this turn right now is a normal eighth of a turn to the left that we're on our cycle now. So what I do is just in the riddling rack is I lift it up a little bit, move it an eighth of a turn, and go like that. We do have different steps where we actually hit it harder to try to break it up a little bit more. Our technique was kind of developed with some consulting work with some people from a person from Champaign helped us develop our system based off of what works best for our wine. And we've definitely when we first started making sparkling wine, our riddling program was much different than the way it is now. And now we've right now sitting on we're very happy with this 41-step program where we can actually turn the bottles every 4.5 hours. So that's the basic way of how we at Illinois Sparkling Company riddle our wine.